Good morning, this is your AI host, Jay. I'm here with the automatically generated, Journato, morning headlines on November 29, 2023. Part of our history, Ukraine hails return of Scythian gold treasures. Former drug trafficker offers up island in hope of reduced sentence. The Guardian, drug kingpin offers barren artificial island for less time in jail. Employees can be banned from wearing headscarves, top EU court rules. The Independent, EU states can ban religious symbols in public workplaces. BBC, government offices in EU can ban wearing of religious symbols, court rules. The Guardian, it's okay to ban wearing religious symbols at work, EU top court rules. Politico Europe, government offices in EU can ban religious symbols, EU court. Disgraced ex-lawyer Alex Murdaugh sentenced to 27 years for financial crimes. Nikki Haley bags Koch endorsement in bid to replace Donald Trump. BBC, Charles Koch-backed group endorses Nikki Haley in Republican presidential primary. Financial Times, opinion, Nikki Haley is ready for her close-up. Israeli family of youngest hostage held in Gaza call for his release. The Guardian, Israel-Hamas war, agony as family fears hostage children have been handed to another group by Hamas. Sky News, family of 10-month-old Israeli hostage pleads for his release as truce winds down. The Independent, fears youngest Israeli hostage and family will not be freed by Hamas. The Telegraph, the 9 children still held hostage in Gaza, yet to be freed under truce deal. Child marriage, I was sold into marriage for £7 at the age of 12. Burlington, Vermont, shootings leave one troubling question. Why? BBC, was the Vermont shooting of 3 men of Palestinian descent a hate crime? Under state law it might be. The Independent, suspect arrested in shooting of 3 Palestinian college students in Vermont. Evening Standard, Granny, I've been shot, said Palestinian student targeted in Vermont. George Santos refuses to quit ahead of vote to expel him. Live. The Independent, Jimmy Kimmel on George Santos, they're skipping the vote and going straight to the Heimlich. The Guardian, what the hell is taking you so long? Swalwell on George Santos facing an expulsion vote. MSNBC, Matthews, another way Republicans and Democrats can punish rogue members. The Hill, lawmakers move to force a vote this week on expelling Representative George Santos from the House. Jimmy Carter pays touching tribute to late wife Rosalynn, live updates. The Independent, Rosalynn Carter, Jimmy Carter attends tribute service for wife of 77 years. BBC, former US President Jimmy Carter leaves hospice to pay respects to late wife. The Telegraph, opinion, the astonishing life of Rosalynn Carter. CNN, Rosalynn Carter remembered for her mental health advocacy at poignant tribute service. North Korea claims spy satellite has photographed White House and Pentagon. The Guardian, North Korea claims British aircraft carrier pictured by new spy satellite. The Telegraph, South Korea delays its own spy satellite liftoff, days after North's satellite launch. The Independent, Korea defends satellite launch at UN, as Kim studies images of Pentagon. Al Jazeera English, North Korea, US envoys engage in rare, public sparring match at UN. Wife of Ukrainian military spy chief in hospital after suspected poisoning with heavy metals. Sky News, Ukraine spy chief's wife poisoned, says Kyiv. BBC, Ukraine says spy chief's wife being treated for poisoning. Voice of America, VOA News, Ukraine spy chief's wife treated for suspected metal poisoning. The Independent, Ukraine suspects Russia poisoned spy chief's wife. Pope Francis cancels COP28 trip to Dubai due to ill health. The Guardian, Pope Francis health fears surge as he cancels meetings over breathing difficulties. GB News, Pope Francis cancels COP28 visit over illness. BBC, COP28 in UAE, Pope Francis cancels trip to Dubai for UN climate conference due to health issues. Gulf News, Pope cancels trip to Dubai for UN climate conference on doctor's orders while recovering from flu. Uttarakhand tunnel collapse, rescuers free 41 trapped workers. BBC, moment first workers freed from collapsed Indian tunnel after being trapped for 17 days. The Independent, rescue apart, there's tunnel vision in Dev Bhumi, Uttarakhand. The Indian Express, rescued, how Indian miners escaped a collapsed tunnel. Israel says 30 Palestinians released after 12 hostages returned from Gaza, as it happened. The Guardian, moment Hamas frees more hostages during extended Israeli truce. The Times and the Sunday Times, 4-year-old U.S. Israeli released from hospital 2 days after being returned to Israel. The Times of Israel, Biden's pause in Gaza offers relief to hostages and rewards to Hamas. Bloomberg, fourth group of Israeli hostages released as more Palestinians freed after truce extended. This was all for the news. Thanks for listening. Please do not forget to like and subscribe.